Guys, welcome to another video. This one is paper 1 of October-November 2007. Let's go ahead with question number 1. So here we have express 22.5% as a fraction in its lowest term. So what can we do here? We can first expand this. So 22.5 is 22 times 2. That will be 44 plus 1, 45 over 2. Now percent it is over 100. So let's simplify this. That will be 45 over 2 times 1 over 100. So divide by 5, that will be 9. That will be 20. That will be 9 over 40. That will be your fraction in its lowest term. That is part 1. Now part B, we have 0.9 times 0.02. So first we ignore the decimal place. We do 9 times 2. That will be 18. And then we count, we have 1, 2 here, we have 1 here, so in total we have 3 decimal places, so we count 1, 2, and 3. So your answer will be 0.018. Now question number 2, express as a single fraction in its lowest terms, part A. As you can see here, we have a mixed number, we have to expand. So 3 times 9 is 27, plus 5, that will be 32. 32 over 9 minus, this one is 2 times 3 is 6, plus 2 is 8, 8 over 3. So let's find the LCM of this one. As you can see, we can have base of 9 as the LCM by times 3 here and times 3 here. That will be 32 minus 24. That will be 9. So what is 32 minus 24? That will give me 8. I'm not too sure. Let's give it a try. I think it is 8. But I'm not too sure. So that'll be 2, 10, so 6, 8. Yep, it is 8. So 8 over 9 will be your answer. Now for this one, let's expand this one first. So 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9, 9 over 4. Let's divide 3 over 8. So when we have divide, we have to change this to multiply. So this becomes, the first one remains the same, multiply, and then we have to flip this side upside down. So it becomes like this. Now we simplify, this becomes 2, 1, and 3. That is 1 over 6. That is your answer for part B, 1 over 6. Now for question number 3, add 620 grams to 3.7 kilograms. So let's convert this to kilograms. So we know that 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams. Now 620 grams is equal to 0.62 kilograms. So we have to add this to this. This is 3.7, add 0.62, that will give me 2. This will give me 4.32 kilogram. Now for part B, write these following numbers in order of size, starting with the smallest. So we have to write this from in ascending order. So let's simplify and see how do we compare. So this one is actually equal to 1. Anything power 0 is 1. This one is what? Minus 1 power 3 is minus 1. This one is 1 over 3. This one is 3. So which one is the smallest? It is negative number, so that will be minus 1 power 3. And then we have this one, 3 minus 1, and then we have 3 power 0, and then 3 power 1. Okay, that will be question number 3. Question number 4, in the diagram, the circle center O passes through A, B, and C. So we have a circle here, passes to point A, B, and C. Now AC is the diameter, so this one is the diameter of the circle, and the line TAS, so TAS is called a tangent to at A. So we have angle ACB is equal to 34, we have TA equal to 3, and we have TC equal to 5. So something we should know here, so whenever you see AC as a diameter, so if you have a triangle over the diameter, it means that the angle over the diameter is equal to 90. That's the first thing we should know. And then if we have a tangent passing through the circle at a point, and the line joining these 2 points will be 90. Okay, so now let's deduce something. If you have, this is at 34, this is 90, so this will be what? This angle here should be, that should be 180 minus 90, that should be 90. 90 minus 34, that should give me, that'll be 8, 10, 6, and 5, 56. And that should be angle 56 on this side. So let's move on to question number 1. It says find the angle BAC. So BAC is equal to 56 as shown here. Now for part B, calculate the radius of the circle. So find the radius of the circle. So where is the radius? So let's connect the radius to a point. So the way we can find the radius here is, you can see we have triangle ACT. The triangle ACT is a right angle triangle where we know this side and this side. This is the hypotenuse, this is the adjacent side. So we can find this side by using the Pythagoras theorem. So let's do that. Let's call this side, it is the diameter. So d square plus 3 square equal to 5 square. So d square equal to 25 minus 9, which is 16. So d equal to square root of 16, which is 4. So this big length here, the diameter is 4, so we know the radius is half the diameter. It needs to be divided by 2, that should be 2. That will be your value for the radius. Now question number 5, the rate of exchange between dollars and euros was $0.8 to 1 euro. So let's write this here, 1 euro to $0.8. Okay, calculate the number of euros received in exchange for $300. So $300 will be 1 euro divided by 0.8 times 300. So it's the same as doing 300 divided by 0.8. So if you move one decimal place here, that will become 3000 divided by 8. So let's do that. So we can divide by, let's divide by 4, see what we have. So divide by 4, we have 2 here. And the top, let's see what we have. So 7, 28, 2, 5, 0, 750. Divide by 2, we have 1. That will be 3, 1, 7, 1, 5. So $375 that euros that he will receive. 375 euros. Now for part B, find the simple interest on this much for 18 months at this. So this is the P. So as we know, interest is equal to PRT. P is 450. The rate is 4% times time. So we need to find time in years. So we have 18 months, as we know that 1 year is equal to 12 months. So 18 months is equal to 1.5 year, which is 3/2 years, right? Now we have to simplify. So 0 goes away. Divide by 2. So let's do the rest. So 2 here, 1, 5. That will be 9. So your answer will be 27. So the interest earned will be $27. Now question number 6, we have f of x equal to this function. Part A, find f of minus 9. It means that we have to replace the value of x by minus 9. So 3 minus 9 divided by 2. That will be 3 plus 9 divided by 2, which is 12/2. That will be 6. Now for part B, find f inverse. So the first thing we need to do is to let y equal to f of x, which is 3 minus x/2. Then we have to make x the subject of formula. So we cross multiply, we have 3 minus x. From this we have x equal to 3 minus 2y. So that is your answer. But finally, it needs to be in terms of x, so we have to change the y to x. This will be f inverse of x. Okay, moving on to question number 7. In an experiment, the height of some plants were measured. The table below summarizes the results. As you can see here, this is the groups and this is the frequency. So if you have to draw a histogram, you have to find the frequency density, and the formula is frequency divided by class width. So we know the frequency already, so let's find the class width. Class width will be 3 minus 2 is 1, 4 minus 3 is 1, 1, and this is 3. And so FD will be frequency divided by class width. This one will be 15, 25, 20, and this one is 5. So let's plot this. So for the first group, 2, 3, it is given to us already. And we have 3, 4 is given to us already as well. And we have this one, which is 4, 5, is 20. 20 will be here. And then we have 5, 8 will be 5, sorry, will be here. Okay, so now we just have to connect everything to form the histogram. So that will be for the 4, 5 and 5, 8, and that's it. That's your histogram for this question. So now part 8, the shaded region inside the triangles divided by 3 inequalities. So I think this area here is shaded. So this is the area that is shaded according to the question. Okay, so I think it's just my ink is over, that's why it's not showing up, but usually you should see that part as shaded. Now it says defined by 3 inequalities. One of them is x plus y less than 5.5. So it will be this one. This is the line. X plus y less than 5.5. So how do I know this? Because I do see that it cuts this one at 5.5, it cuts this one as 5.5. That's why I know it is this line. 5.5. Okay, and then we have to write down the other two, so we have to find the equation of this one. This one is y equal to 1. So this one is above that, so it will be y more than 1. And then the last one will be this line, so we have to find below this line. So what is this line? Let's take 2 points. We're going to take 0, 0, and then let's take 2, 2, 4. 2 points to find the equation of this line. So 0, 0, and 2, 4. So the gradient m is equal to height divided by base. Height is 4 divided by 2, that will be 2. Equation y over x equal to 2, 1. That will be y equal to 2x. So this is your equation, y equal to 2x. So below the line will be y less than 2x. Now for part B, how many points with integer coordinates lie in the area? So we can just count how many integer points. So inside the area, so it will be 1 here, 2 here, 3 here. Yep, and that's it. 3 points lie inside the area. Because this does not count because it is not inclusive. It is not inclusive. It's just inside. We have 1, 2, and 3. And that's it, 3 points inside the region. Okay, let's move on to question number 9. Express in set notation as simply as possible the subset shaded in the Venn diagram. I think this is the region that we have in the diagram. So how would you describe this one? I think I would do B intersection C but intersection A prime. So B intersection C and also intersection A prime. I hope that makes sense, outside of A. Okay, so now part B. It is given that n, the number of elements in the universal set, is 40. Number of elements in P is 18. Number of elements in Q is 20. And in between they have 7. So part 1. So we can actually draw a Venn diagram to explain this. So this is P, this is Q, and in the middle they have 7 elements. So this means this will be 11, this will be 13, and outside will be the rest, which is so 40 minus the rest will be what? 40 minus 11. So it's here we have 20, 31, outside will be 9. Okay, so question number 1, find the number of elements, which is P union Q. So P union Q will be this one, so 11 plus 7. Well, we can do 7 plus 13 will be 20. 20 plus 11, that will be 31. The number of elements will be 31. And then the last one is number of P. So let's simplify this. So P prime intersection Q prime, that will be P union Q prime outside. So outside of this set we have 9. So that will be your answer. So it's always best to draw something so you understand it better and you have your answer more easily. Now moving on to part 10, we have two matrices A and B. Find this one. Easy. So we have to bring the 2 inside first. We have 8 minus 2, 6, 0, minus B, 0 minus 3, 1, 4. Now this will be what? 8 minus 0 will be 8, minus 2 minus 1 is minus 3, 6 minus 3 will be 9, 0 minus 4 is minus 4. That is part 1. Now part B, find AB. We have to do A, which is 4, 3, minus 1, 0, multiplied by B, 0 minus 3, 1, 4. So matrix multiplication is always in terms of row by column. So row will be 4 times 0 is 0, plus minus 1 times minus 3, that will be 3. So again, so row by column, so 4 times 1 will be 4, plus minus 1 times 4, that will be minus 4. That will be 0. So rows by column, this will be 0. Rows by column, that will be 3. This will be your answer for part 2. Now for the last one, find A inverse. So we first have to find the determinant of A. So we have to cross multiply. So 0 times 4 minus 3 times minus 1. That will be 0 minus 3. That will be 3. Now we have to find the adjoint matrix of A, which is we have to switch these two. 0 goes up, 4 goes down, and we have to change the sign of those two. This becomes minus 3 and 1. So A inverse is equal to 1 over determinant times 0 minus 3, 1, 4. That is your answer for part C. Now question number 11. The mass of a marble is given as 5.4 grams. Correct to the nearest tenth of a gram. Okay, that's the first important point. The mass of a box is given as 85 grams. Correct to the nearest 5 grams. So 5 grams is this much. Tenth of a gram is this much. Okay. As long as you know this two, you'll be fine. Now part 1, complete the table below. So what is the mass of the one marble is here. Lower bound, so let's find the lower and upper bound. So pretty easy. So the way we do this is we write this first. We write the mass measured. And then we say plus or minus. We take this one, which is 0.1, divide by 2. So you have two values. So 0.1 divided by 2 is 0.05 plus, so first one is plus, you have 5.45, and then minus 5.35. So lower bound is 5.35 and 5.45. So same thing for this one. The mass is 85 plus minus 5 grams. You take 5 divided by 2. That will give you. Divided by 2 will be 2.5. Now first one is plus 87.5, and then we have 82.5. Lower bound is 82.5, 87.5. Now for part B, find the lower bound for the total mass of the box and 20 marbles. So if you want to find the lower bound of the total mass, you have to take the lower bound values. So of the mass of total mass, first one, let's take the mass of the box, will be 82.5 plus 20, so 20 times lower bound of this one, 5.35. So let's do this one first. 5.35 times 20, so 0 goes away, we have 10, that will be 7, 10. So we have 2 decimal places, goes here. So it will give me 82.5 plus 107. This will be 0.5, and then that will be 891. So your answer will be 185.5 grams. Now question number 12, when an object is falling, the air resistance varies as the square of the speed. So let's call the speed S, and let's call the air resistance A. So when you say varies, it means it is directly proportional. Square of S. Okay. So from this, we can have A equal to Ks square. Okay. At a certain speed, the resistance is 30 newtons, which is A. What is the resistance at twice this speed? So it says at some speed, question number 1 is say when speed equal to, let's say is equal to, let's say C, a constant, the air resistance is equal to 30. So let's find the value of K. So we have 30 equal to K times C square. So K is 30 divided by C square. So now the equation becomes A equal to 30 over C square times S square. That's for now. That's for part 1. Now it says what is the resistance, which is A, at twice this speed. So now when S equal to 2C, find A. So A equal to 330 times 2C, so 2C square. So let's simplify. That will become 30 divided by C square times 4C square. So this one goes away. This will be 120. So A will be 120 newtons. Now for part B, we have Y is inversely proportional to X. So will be this. So this will give me equal to K over X. That's for part B. Now given that Y equal to 6 when X equal to 4, so Y equal to 6 when X equal to 4. Question number 13, the diagram shows a container consisting of 2 cylinders fastened together. The lower cylinder has radius of R and height of 2h, and the upper cylinder has a radius of 2r and height of h. This is given to us. Good. Now we say that we put water in this tank, and then the tank is filled in 12 minutes. So it takes 12 minutes to fill out this whole tank. Question part 1, calculate the time it takes to fill this lower tank. So how do we do this? So let's do step by step. Let's use this information. It says that it takes 12 minutes to fill out the whole tank. So the whole tank has a volume. So what is the volume of this tank? It will take the bottom one plus the top one. So let's say volume of tank is what? So how do you find volume of cylinders? You have pi r square h. So this one will be, the bottom one will be pi is pi, r is r square, h is 2h. Now plus the top one will be the same, pi r square is 2r square, h is h. So if you simplify this, you will have 2 pi r square h plus 4 pi r square h. This will give you 6 pi r square h. So what does it mean? It means that it takes 12 minutes to fill out 6 pi r square h. Now for the bottom one, we only have 2 pi r square h. So let's do the ratio. So 6 pi r square h equal to 12 minutes. So pi r square h equal to 2 minutes. But you're trying to find the lower one, which is 2 pi r square h. So 2 pi r square h is equal to 4 minutes. This will be your answer for part A. Now for part B, on the axis in the answer space, draw the graph showing the depth, which is d, of the water change during the first 12 minutes. So as you know already from part 1, it says that for us to fill this lower part, it will take 4 minutes. The height is 2d for the lower cylinder for 4 minutes. So let's plot this one. For it will be 2h. That's the first point. And then the rest will be how much? So for the rest, it will be h. It will take 12 minus 4, it will take 8 minutes. So 4 plus 8 is 12, that will be here. So it will be 2 parts, 2 straight lines joining each other. Okay, and that is your question number 13. Question number 14, solve this equation. So here we have two fractions. We have 2 cross multiply. fraction. So that will be 24 equal to x minus 4. So the value of x will be 24 plus 4. That will be 28. First one is 28. And then part B, we have this. We have to first expand the brackets. That will be minus 10 plus 2y equal to 5y. Now we have 2 equal to 3y. So y becomes 2 over 3. Okay, that is question number 14. So let's move on to question number 15. So here we have a farmer wishes to build a rectangular enclosure. This is the enclosure against a straight wall. He has 39 identical fence panels and each 1 meter long. Okay. Now, one possible arrangement which enclose an area of 70 meters is shown in the diagram below. Okay, that's the one possible. So area will be 35 times 2, 70. That's the area of the enclosure. Now find the length of the enclosure, which would contain the largest area. Write down this length and the largest area. Record all your trials on the table. Marks will be rewarded for clear answers. Okay, so we can try, yeah, why not? See what are the possible trials. So we have to find the possible width and length. So he has, let's see how many he has. So he has here is wishes to build this enclosure against a straight wall. He has 39 fence. So it means that if you add 35, 2 and 2, it needs to become 39. Each is 1 meter long. So let's see how can you do that. So every time you add, let's do, so we have this. You have to add x, and y. X, so 2x plus y is equal to 39. So let's try out. So let's say if we increase this to 3, for example, 3, that is 6 minus, that will be 30, so 33, right? I hope that makes sense, right? Because if you choose the width to be 3, this will be 3 here and 3 here. So 3 plus 3 is 6, and this one will be y minus 39 minus 6, that will be 33. So now if you do this, the area becomes 99. Now let's try 4. If this was 4. So you might ask why we're not taking values 2.5, because the panel is each 1 meter long. So everything, it is 1 increase. So it will not be half of an implementation of an increase. That's why we take 1 by 1. So 4, if that was 4 plus 4 is 8. 31 minus 8, that will be 31. So now what is the area? So that will be 4 times 1 is 4, then that will be 124. Let's try 5. So 5, and that will be 10. So 10, then this one will be 29. So 29. So what is 29 times 5? That will be 45. 145. So let's try another one because it's still increasing. We have to find the max area. Let's try 6. So that will be 6, 12. 39 minus 12 is what? That will be 7, 27. So 6, 27. So times 6, that will give me. So 7 times 6 will be 42. 12, 162. So 162. It is still okay because it is still increasing, so we have to keep going until we find something that where it stops increasing. Now we have 7. Let's go here. So 7, this one, the length will become what? 7 plus 7 is 14. So 39 minus 14, that will be 5, 25. So 25. Okay, decreasing by 2 every single time. Fair enough. Times 7, that will give me what? There's 35, 175. So 175. So we are still good. We have to keep going. So we have to use 8, and here that will be 23. So 8 times 23, that will be 24. 184. So that is still good. Now let's keep going again. Have to use 9. This will be 21. So 9 times 21. That will become 9, and so 189. Okay, so we're almost close. The next one will be 10. So it will be 19. That should be 190. And the last one, I think, will be, let's give it a try for 11. This one will be 17. So 11 times 17. So that will be 77. 0, 1, 1. That will be 7, 8, 1. So 187. Okay, so I think we found our value for the max area is equal to this. So the length is 19 and the width is 10. 19, the width is, sorry, the area is 190, sorry, and the length is 19. Yep, that will be question number 15. Now moving on to question number 16, solve this simultaneously. As you can see here, we have y, so let's make y the subject of our formula. That become 2x minus 16. Now replace y in this one, we see what we have. 2 times y minus 16 equal to 17. So 3x plus 4x minus 32 equal to 17. So 7x equal to 17 plus 32, 49. So x becomes 49 divided by 7, which is 7. So y becomes 2 times 7 minus 16, which is 14, minus 16 minus 2. So x is 7 and y is minus 2. So question number 17, it is given that p equal to this and q equal to this. Express your answer in standard form as well. Fine. First one, p over q. So we have 4 times 10 power 5 divided by 8 times 10 power 6. So we can first separate those two. We take this on one side and we take this one on the other side. This one becomes, so divided by 8, that'll be 0.5. So 0.5 times 10 power of minus 1. So your answer will be 5 times 10 of minus 2. We have to express in standard form. Now for this one, what is square root of 3? It is cubic root. It will be power of 1 over 3. So q is 8 times 10 power 6, 1 over 3. So we bring this inside, we have 8, 1 over 3 times 10, 6 times 1 over 3. This will be simplified to 2. And as we know, 8 is also equal to 2 power 3. So this becomes 2 times 10 power 2. So 2 times 10 power 2 will be your answer for part 2. Now for part B, the numbers 225 and 540 written as the products of the prime factors are given to us. Okay, that is good. Now for this one, write this as the product of its prime factors. So what is this number? We know this is equal to 225 times 10, right? So as you know, we have 225 already. This is 3252. And what is 10? 10 is just 2 times 5. So it will be 2 times 3 power 2 and times 5 power 3. So this should be your answer for part 1. 3. Now for part 2, find the smallest positive integer, value n, for which this one is a multiple of 540. So here we have 540. So let's write this side by side so we can have a LCM. So let's write 225 first. That is 3252 times n, so n, right? And then 540 will be 2, 3, 5. So how would you find the LCM of those two? So you will see which one has the most. So we have 2, this, and then we have 3 power 3, and then we have 5 power 2. So that will be the multiple usually of lowest multiple of this one. So as you can see, what is the difference here? So we have to take this and look at this as well. So what is the difference between those two numbers? So from this we can get the value of n. So we take this divided by this one. So we have 3 power 2 here, 3 power 3. So first we have this left, so we don't have, so we have 2 left. Okay, let me just do it for you then. So let's say we have 2 times 3, 3 times 5, 2. Let's divide by this first 2. 5, 2. So this one goes away, and this one becomes 1. So 2 power 2 times 3, which is 4 times 3. That will be 12. The value of n needs to be 12 for it to be a multiple of 540. That will be part B. Now question number 18, we have in the diagram we have A, B, C, and D. So A, B, C, and D is part of a regular polygon. Each interior is 165. So the interior angle is 165 given to us here. This is x. Now how many sides does this polygon has? So we have to use this information to find the number of sides. So as you know, the formula for angle, each interior angle is given by n for number of sides minus 2 times 180 divided by n, giving you 165. So we have to solve for the value of n. So we cross multiply first. We have n minus 2, 18, 0. That will be 165 n. So let's divide by 5 on both sides. That will be 5 will be 3 here. That will be 6. 5 will be 3 as well. 1 here, 35. So we have 36 n minus 2 equal to 35 n. So let's simplify. Let's expand the brackets. We have 36n minus 72 equal to 35n. So let's send this one over here. We have n equal to 72. So number of sides will be 72 sides. That is part 1. Now for part B, now we have A, B, PQ is part of another regular polygon. You can see here, this polygon has 12 sides. Find the value of x. So we have to find this angle, this interior angle, and then we can find the value of x. So as you know the formula already, to find the interior angle, so n is the number of sides minus 2 times 180 divided by number of sides, which is 12. So divide by 6, we will have 30. That will be 2. 1. That will be 15. So answer will be 10 times 15. That will be 150. So the angle here is 150. So find the value of x. As you can see, this full circle, it is 360 minus 165 minus 150 to find the value of x. That will be 5, 10, 5, and then 5 goes away. We have 6 remaining. That will be 45. So value of x will be 45 degrees. That is part B. Now let's move on to the next question. Question number 19. So part A, we have to estimate the value correct to 1 SF. So the first thing we need to do is we need to rewrite all the numbers correct to 1 SF. So let's do that. So this one will be what? 4.03. So first we ignore the square. That will give you to 1 SF. We write 4.00. This one will be 2988 to 1 SF. That will be 3000. I hope you know how to do this. We first leave this alone, and if this is more than 5, we have to add 1 to the first one. That's why we get this one. This one we take the inside 150. So this one is 1. And this one is more or equal to 5, yes, so we have to add 1 to the top. That will be 200. We place back in this equation, we have 4 square times 30 divided by square root of 200. So now let's try to simplify. So what do we have here? So this will be 16 times 30. So what is square root of 200? We can rewrite this down as 100 times 2. It will be 10 square root of 2. Goes away. 16 over root 2. So root 2 is almost root 2 is almost close to root 1, right? So we could do that if you want to. We could take it as almost as 1. That will be equal to 1. And 16 divided by 1 will be 16. So to 1 SF, that will be 20. The estimate of this one will be 20 to 1 SF. That will be part A. Now we have part B. Sam ran 100 meters in 12 seconds. Calculate his average speed in kilograms per hour. So let's do that. So here, what do we have as the formula? So average speed is equal to distance over time. So now we need kilometers per hour. To convert this, we know that 100 meters is equal to 0.1 km, right? And 12 seconds is how many hours? So let's find out. So we know that 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes, which is equal to seconds. So 12 seconds is equal to 12 divided by this hour. Yep. Now we have to replace back in this equation. So let's do that. Distance will be 0.1 divided by 12, 3600 times 36 over 1. So let's do simplify this, see what we have. This becomes 12, become 300, that becomes 0.1 goes away, that will be 30. So the answer will be 30 km per hour. That was question number 19. Now let's move on to question number 20. So part A, we have to factorize completely. So what is common here? We have a squared is common, and then 3 is common. So it becomes 5 plus 4a. Part B, as you can see, 16 is also 4 square. So that will be 1 square minus 4b square, which is the same as a plus b, which is this, and a minus b, which is like this. So this will be part B. Now for this one, let's observe and see what we have as common. So let's take this one on one side where we'll have 3 is common and c is common. We have 2x minus y. Now this one we have, what is common here? We have d, so take plus. We have d as common, so we will have minus 2x plus y. So we have the sign is different here, plus and minus. So let's take out this minus outside and see what we have. So 3c, 2x minus y minus d, that'll be y plus, minus y. Let's write this in this form. It will be d 2x minus y. So now this is the same as this, so we take this out and the rest will be 3c minus d. That will be your answer for the part C. Now question number 21, we have a bag contains 1 red, 1 blue and 3 green balls. So as you can see here, they have given you some of the answers. Now 2 balls are taken from the bag at random without replacement. The tree diagram represents these events is drawn below. So as you can see, these are given to us. Now part A, write down the value of h. So what is the value of h for this one? So as we know, we have 1 red, 1 blue, and 3 green. If you take out 1 green, we will have 2 greens remaining. Okay, so this is gone. So for the blue, it will be 1 over 2 over, so in total we have 1 plus 1 plus 2, 4. So h becomes 1 over 4, 1 over 4. That will be your value for h, 1 over 4. Now part B, expressing each answers in the simplest form, calculate the chance that part 1, both balls are green. So green and green. So green and green. So this times this will be 3 over 10. And part B, both balls are blue. So it needs to be blue and blue. So blue and blue. We don't have blue here, so it will be 0. And the last one, neither ball is green. So we do 1 minus green. So 1 minus green was 3 over 10. That will be 7 over 10. Okay, so that is your answer for question number 21. On to question number 2. So here we have a speed time graph. It is given to us as this curve and a straight line. Now we have, this is a cyclist journey, part 1. Calculate the time taken to travel the first 300 meters. So 300 meters. So as we know that so how do you find the distance? It is usually area under graph. So let's first find this part of the distance covered. So let's say if that was 30 seconds. Let's say what is this area? This will be area of triangle, which is half times base, which is 30, times height. Height is equal to 12. So let's find out. So for 0 to 30 seconds, the area, which is the distance, it is half times base, which is 30, and times height, which is 12. So this will give me 6, 180. Okay, this is not enough. As you can see, we need to travel 300. So let's go until here. See how much is this part. So this one is area of a rectangle, base of 20, height of 12. So from 30 to 50, what is the area? It is rectangle, which is length, which is 20, times height, and that is 240. So now if we count this and this, it will be way past. So because this is the sum will be down to 0, 2, and 4. So basically at this time 50, this area is equal to 420. But now we have to find a time where the area is equal to 300. It will be somewhere in between this one, right? It should be less than this 50. So what can we do here? We can do 420. So we have 300. We can first minus this one. So let's do 300 minus the first triangle, which is 180. Remaining will be 120. So it means that in this part here, we need to travel 120. So we know the height. The height will be 12. So what is the base? So base, as you know, the area of rectangle is length. We have to find the length times the height, which is the width. The width is 12 equal to 120. So the width is 10. So in that case, we're looking for there. So this part here. So just to recap, this one is 180 and this one is 120. So 180 plus 120 will be 300. So at this time taken will be 40 to travel 300. So first one will be 40 seconds. Now part B, by drawing a tangent, find the retardation of the cyclist at 55. So 55 is this point. It should be right here. So let's draw a tangent to this point. So we have to use our ruler and somewhat draw a tangent and find 2 points. should be about here. So let's take 1 point in this direction, this one. Let's say 70, and that should be 9, and 1 over here. Let's take something exact value, so it's not too hard. Let's take this one, which is 25, and oh, still not exact. 17. This is 17.5, which is not exact. Let's change something else. So here we can take 35, and here, yeah. So 35, and wait, it's still not exact. So let's just take this one we are over with. So 17.5. So let's find the gradient with those 2 points. So first point is 25, 17.5. And this point, let's have a look to see. So 70, it is actually in between, so that will be here. 9, 8.5, so 9, I guess take it 9, 79. So the retardation is just the gradient. So it will be 9 minus 17.5 divided by 70 minus 25. Okay, so 9 minus 17.5 will be minus 8.5 divided by, this will be 45. We can simplify and divide by 5 just to see what happens. So that will be 9, and this will be 1.7. So retardation will be 1.7 over 9. So because it is retardation already, we take the modulus of the value, it will give us this value. So it should be about that. So 1.7 over 9 meters per second square. So as long as you show how you got your answer by drawing a tangent and finding 2 points on one side and the other side, it will give you your 2 marks. That will be your question number part B. Now we have question number 23. So the foot of a mountain at sea level, the temperature at the foot of the mountain is 16. The temperature at height of 3000 of the mountain is minus 4. So let's say here we have a mountain, right, this way, and this one is at sea level. The temperature here is 16, and the height of 3000, let's say the height of 3000 is here. The temperature is minus 4. Now part A, find the difference between these temperatures. Difference will be 16 minus 4, that will be 20. Part 1 is 20. Difference. Now we have part B. Given that the temperature fell at a constant rate, find the temperature at the height of this much. So basically the temperature change. So for 3000 meters, the height in between for the temperature is 20 degrees Celsius. Now we have to find by how much is changed at the height of 1800 meters. It will be 20 degrees divided by 3000 times 1800. 6 by 12. So the temperature will change by 12. So what is the temperature? So it will be 16 minus 12. That will be 4 degrees. Now for part 2, find the height at which the temperature is 0. So you know that when how does it become 0? We have to do 16 minus 16 for it to be 0. So the change needs to be 16. So we don't know the height, but we know that if we do 20 over 3000 times height, it needs to become 16, so it can be 0, right? So let's solve for h. H will be 16 times 300 divided by 2. That will be 8, 2400. So the height will be 2400 meters. So now for last part, part 3, you have to find an expression in terms of x. for the temperature in degrees at the height of x meters. So the temperature in terms of x, so let's say this was the height, x. So what will be the temperature? So we know that we always have to do initial temperature minus change in temperature. So minus change will be 23,000 x. So this will be your answer for this part 3. So that will be question number 23. Let's move on to question number 24. This one is a sequence question. A series of diagrams using 3 types of black triangles is shown below. The triangles are gray, white, and black. So I think the gray is this one. It did not show up in my so this is the gray. So I'll make sure to, okay, let's shade that so we know exactly where the gray is. At least we will not be confused for our answers. So we have 4 diagrams here, and we just need to find the few terms. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 up to n. So gray, so we have to complete this table, I think. So part 1, exactly, complete for column 4. So as you can see, every time it is increasing by 2, this will be 8. This one is increasing by, actually it is 1 square, 2 square, 3 square. So 4 square, 16. And this one is what? So what's happening with the black one? We have to take, so what is the total number of triangles? So let's say we have another one named total triangles. If that was 3, this was, so 3 becomes 10, then becomes 6, now it's 12 plus 9, 21. Okay, so it's not constant. So let's see what can we do here. It is increasing by how much? So by 2. So by 2. So at first we had this 2, I think. We have this and this. So increasing by black one by 2. So 0 to 2. And we had 2 to 6. And 6 to, let's count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So times 2. Every time it is multiplying by 2. Interesting. So that is part 1, 1 point. And now part B, by considering the number of patterns in the table, find in terms of n, expression of x, y, and z. So x, y, and z. So for this first one, it's pretty easy. You can see that it is 3 times 2, 4 times 2, 2 times 2, 1 times 2. This will be n times 2, which is 2n. Now how about y? Y, you can see it is 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square. This will be n square. And for this one as well, it's pretty easy. It's the previous terms times 2, previous terms times 2. This one will be n minus 1 times 2 for the previous term. So let's write this down. The first x is 2n, y is n square, and this will be 2, this, the previous term times 2. That will be question number 24. Let's move on to question number 25. This one is a locus question. The diagram at the bottom of the page shows a triangle ABC. By measuring the angle, find the reflex angle of ABC. So where's ABC? ABC. So we have to find this reflex angle. So first we have to measure this one. So we have to use our measuring instrument to find the value of this angle. So let's put this here. And as you can see, this will be about 66. If this is 66, this one will be what? 360 minus 66. That should be about 10, 4, and then 35 minus 6. That should be 29. So this one will be 294 for the reflex angle. Your answer may be 290, 293, that is okay as well, as long as you show you're working. Now for part B, the point D is on the opposite side of AB of AC to C. It means that D is on this side, right? So we have to find the point D. I think so. It says AD is equal to 6, CD equal to 9. Find this one. So pretty easy. You have to use your ruler first to measure the length. So the first line is AD equal to 6, so you can measure 6. So try your best to make it as exact as possible. And then you go to your point A. You have to draw an arc of 6 centimeters from A. Point A, and then about here. That's good enough. Now we say the CD is 9. So 9, that should be about here. And then we go to your point C to draw another arc and connect with the first one. So that should be about here. Here you have a point of intersection. So this point will be your point D. Sorry, D, actually not CD, D. So we have to connect these 2 points, A to D and A and D to C, to form the triangle ADC. Okay, so that is your answer for this one. Now for part C, on the diagram, construct the locus of points inside of ABCD, okay, which are the first one, equidistance from A and C. So whenever you see that equidistance from 2 points, it means we have to draw the perpendicular bisector of line AC. So we have AC here. We have to draw the perpendicular bisector of the line. So the first step is to go to one point, measure a distance more than halfway. Let's say about this, and then draw an arc on this side and one on this side. And using the same distance that you have just used, go to the other point of A, and then connect with the first one and second one to form these 2 points of intersection. So now once you have this, you will have to join them to form the perpendicular bisector of the line AC. But for this one, it needs to be just inside of the AB and C, ABCD. So this is your answer for part 1. Now for part 2, it needs to be 5 centimeters from the line AB. So from the line AB, it needs to be 5 centimeters. So it needs to be above the line. It cannot be outside of this shape. It has to be above the line. It needs to be a line parallel to A and D. So how do you draw that? It will be 5 centimeters. So you have to measure 5. So first you have to measure 5 centimeters from your ruler. And then you go to your point, we have line AB, so we go to point A and B. So go to point B first. So go to point B and then cut your line AB at this point and then do an arc above here. Okay, so you see this point, go to this point and then you intersect the arc, the first arc. You have one point here. That's for now. Now using the same 5 centimeters, go to point A. Go to your point A and then do the same step. Cut the line AB. Then with this arc, so we have to draw another arc here. So with this same, draw another arc here. And then with this point here, we have to cut the arc. As you can see, we have a point here and a point here, right? So one point here and one point here, and these points are exactly 5 centimeters from AC. So we have to join them to form the line, which is exactly 5 centimeters from AB. Okay, so it needs to be inside of A, B, C, and D. So that will be part 2. Now part D, the point P inside of A, B, C, and D. The first condition, it is equidistant from A and C. So it means that it is on the line of, it is on this line. So the point P, it is 5 centimeters from AB. So it has to be on this line as well and this line. So where does these two lines meet? It will meet at this position. So this is your point P. Now question part 2, measure CP. CP is what? CP is this. So you have to use your ruler again and go to your point P and point C. So for me, for my drawing, it is 6.3. So for me, I have 6.3. You may have 6 or 6.1. That is okay as well. So that was the last question of this paper, and I hope that was somewhat helpful. If you guys have any questions, leave a comment down below, and as always, thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.